How's it going? Welcome back to another part of what we call Triple Lucha, and this has nothing to do with wrestling or lucha. This is part of our Triple That PopCulture podcast here, and I'm your host, Nixon. Our Jasmine couldn't be here today. Personal problems. And that you're hearing over there on the other side is...
Rage.
Yeah.
As always.
Yes. He's becoming a current host of this pop culture show that we're having here.
I believe in loyalty.
Yes. Today's topic on this, let's just get straight out. First, let me say, if you have any questions or anything, everything is NXN3 or NXN. Tumblr, Twitter, even on Facebook, NXN3. And that getting put aside now, our topic for today is 90's to current films. Anything else you want to say before starting this, Rage?
I'm shocked you have a Tumblr.
Oh, that came out of nowhere because I have a Reddit as well. The only reason I have that is, as far as Tumblr goes, there's so many pictures you can get off of there.
I know.
That you can't get anywhere else. So sometimes I have to end up searching Tumblr itself.
My Tumblr is just a random mash of shit.
Yeah, I haven't touched that in a while, but it's attached to my Twitter, so anything I post on Twitter will go automatically there. So that's a good thing. Yeah. I have to work on my wrestling portion page of Tumblr. By the way, next week there won't be anything on here. So I'm gonna have to be too busy on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, since Comic-Con is here now next week.
Coverage.
Yes, definitely. Thursday I'm gonna be walking the floor. I'm gonna try to get autographs from actors, celebrities, and some wrestlers too. And as of Friday, I'm going to what they call at the convention center right there, Hall H. It's a enormous room full of panels, and they're starting off with The World's End, a new movie that's about to come out, and which is directed by Edgar Wright. It's going to be Simon Pegg that is co-writer of this, and it says Nick Frost reunited. I don't know what that is. And the movie is called Barmageddon.
Barmageddon.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sweet movie.
So that, and after that, 11:15, something that you'll enjoy. Something that came through a Kickstarter through fans. Veronica Mars.
Yes!
After that, I'm going to get to see at 12:15 the sequel to its original movie that came out a couple years ago, Kick-Ass 2 and Reddick.
Oh yes, I can't wait for those.
After that, 1:35 p.m., same place, Andrew Lincoln, Norman Reedus, Stephen Yeun, and others, Walking Dead.
I really need to start getting into that show. I watched an episode of it and I really, really liked it.
After that, 2:50, and it continues with HBO series of Game of Thrones, which I'm excited to see that. Too bad I'm going to have to miss True Blood the next day. I really wanted to go see that. They're going to have True Blood and Big Bang Theory that day.
Oh, sweet. Well,
Yeah.
I like Big Bang Theory.
Oh, here's a little fact. Last year, everybody that was involved with the Q&A, all the fans there that were at the panel, like went up to the microphone and asked a couple questions or one or two. They got a great chance, something that nobody got to, where they gave them all envelopes, one each. They opened it up at the same time, and the prize was a free trip to space.
Really?
Yes.
It was part of that Axe promotion, now I remember.
Yes. Yes. And that was part of Big Bang Theory because one of the characters, as you know, went into space on the show. And he did work with NASA, from what I know.
Oh.
So, yeah, and I haven't been able to get into that panel. It's so difficult to get in there. After that, Game of Thrones, it's Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs too.
There's another one of those?
Yeah, it's coming out from the looks of it. And then I'm planning on leaving after that. I don't care for Metallica. They're doing something called At the Drive-In with Metallica. I don't know what they're doing. I don't care about them. And that's it for that day.
Who the hell is gonna go see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2?
Oh, yeah, there's kids.
Oh, of course it's kids.
See, the next day, I actually wanted to go and check out the movies that are coming out, the bigger ones. Like, they're going to have a Godzilla that's coming out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't mind Catching Fire. The Hunger Games, I don't mind checking that out. Plus, if I get to see Jennifer Lawrence there in person, that's even better. Yeah. And then they're having this thing called Women Who Kick Ass. It looks like they're having actors like Michelle Rodriguez there.
Oh, God, yes.
Tatiana Maslany and Danea Guerra from Walking Dead. Guerrero. I'm fucking that name up, but whatever. After that, Michelle Rodriguez, I've heard in the past couple of years when she's went to Comic-Con, she dressed up, I think, as Batman, but because they don't want to get noticed on the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Something like 20th Century Fox, but it hasn't been announced. Marvel Studios with Thor 2 and Captain America.
I think every member of the Avengers is going to see a second movie.
Yeah, no, they will, and they're adding more to it. And I think they said that we're going to announce show something from Ant-Man and at that same panel. I already know that your favorite movie.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I know he's in the next Riddick, though.
Yeah, that too. Wow, I wouldn't even try watching that. And then Kevin Smith, which I know you hate him.
Kevin Smith?
Yeah, do you hate him or not?
Isn't that the guy from Grown Ups?
He's the guy from Dogma.
The Kings of Queens show?
Dogma. No, Kevin Smith? Oh, yeah. No, I'm thinking of, why did I get his name?
Kevin James, my bad.
Kevin James, yeah. No, I got that name confused. No, Kevin Smith, he's okay, yeah. So, is there anything else? I mean...
Wait a minute. Kevin Smith? Like Silent Bob? Kevin Smith?
That's Kevin Smith, yes. I did have it correct then.
Oh, he's funny.
No, it's just a lot of people hate him. I don't really hate him. I don't see any point of hating him. I see why comic book fans hate him.
I don't know why comic books hate Kevin Smith. He just seems like a cool person.
I like him because
even when he was quiet, he was funny.
I like him because he likes hockey and he likes the same team that I do. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. And you're saying some of the movies that he's made were really good. So, and by the way, that's a 90's movie right there. Chasing.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I know that's a 90's movie because we just mentioned Kevin James. Are there any that you want to start off with? Like,
I kind of want to start off with this one movie that's been getting a lot of buzz since last night. I've not watched it yet, but this Sharknado movie.
Sharknado.
It debuted on Sci-Fi last night, and it got so much buzz. It was a movie that was on Sci-Fi, and the next morning, major news outlets and people on Twitter talking about it. It's just, and I saw the preview for it on when I was watching CBS this morning, and it's about a tornado that's full of sharks. That's basically, rummaging a town, and I'm like, I know. Like, is this? I know this is creative, but come on, how is? I don't see the creativity in it. Like, I just see a movie where someone just sat on their ass one night, just thought of, hey, why don't I combine sharks and tornadoes together and make it into a movie? Like, it just felt like they just threw this movie on the day when they just had nothing to do. It's like, I don't know.
Sci-Fi Network and I think the other one is they only show scary movies. I want to say it's you know which network I'm talking about? Where they only show scary movies.
Chiller.
Yeah, those two, Sci-Fi, come out with the corniest TV movies all the time.
Oh, of course.
Sharktopus. There's so many. If they end up this for me, I don't care. I'm pretty sure they already came out with I'm saying it wrong. Tiger Shark or something, where it's a combination of tiger and a shark. It sounds like I'm playing some old 2000 game.
Look at him. You just gave him an idea.
Yeah, that's some corny, and that's what a lot of 90's movies were too. A lot of them were corny because if you a lot of those action films, like you'd have like the I'm trying to think, like, what are some films from the 90's that were really corny? I don't have a good list of them because I have a list of good movies.
Wait a minute. Now hold on, wait. Now see, just as you mentioned Tiger Shark, I'm watching Sci-Fi right now, and you know those commercials on Sci-Fi where they'll have like weird shit on, and it'll basically have like the Sci-Fi logo on it.
Yes.
There it was, a Tiger Shark.
Oh gosh.
How ironic.
That's funny.
But
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll start it off because one movie. If you're gonna ask me one of the top movies that I love from the 90's, has to be Pulp Fiction. That's one of my top 5 right there.
That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
That movie has such a large cult following.
It does. And Samuel L. Jackson was just, yeah, he was great, but the way he brought that character out of Jesus was Jesus. I'm trying to remember. Was like, it was funny. It was awesome, and you can sense that the other characters he was about to kill, like, felt fear for their life. Is there another one you want to put out there?
I just had one right in my mind and I lost it. Hold on. The hell was that one? But I can't even think of it. But yeah, that's the thing with Samuel L. Jackson. Like he
New Jersey.
Underrate him, huh?
New Jersey.
Yeah, I know, right? Always a siren going down the block. But Samuel L. Jackson, he always brings the best out of any character he does. Like he's that good. Like Samuel L. Jackson is just that good. You can get offended by some of the shit he says, but come on. Even if you do, you gotta admire the way he puts a character on the screen. Like you can't deny that.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna go a different direction here and add a movie that I went to go see as a kid, and this is like '94. It was Lion King.
Oh man, everyone in Lion King.
And like I said, I was probably like 5 years old, 6 years old, and I remember, I think I went with a group of people, and I'll admit it here. I ended up tearing up when Simba's.
Everyone tears up for Lion King. Like, what scene makes you tear up?
It was only one scene when Simba's father dies, and you just see him going down, and he's like, no!
Oh my god!
And I was just a little kid, so hey, you can't blame me. I was into that movie.
Wild guess and say that you've seen Bambi.
Bambi, I did see it, but that didn't make me tear up at all.
Oh, wait a minute. So Lion King made you tear up, but the same thing sort of happened in Bambi, and that didn't do nothing. Wow.
I don't know why. It just didn't do anything for me in that film. And there weren't any other Disney films during that time that did that. So
I think one movie, I can't remember a whole lot of movies I teared up for, but the one I did cry about was have you ever seen A Walk to Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I teared up right around the end with at the wedding.
Yeah,
near the end of the movie. And then it was right after like the wedding ended, which I really started tearing up. And then the part it's like right at the end of the movie, it's where the dude is like just standing out in the sunset, and he just says, love is like the wind. I can't see it, but I feel it, and that's where I just lost it. It's just where I lost it.
Yes.
And it's like I say, like a Walk to Remember. It's gonna sound cheesy coming out of my mouth, but it is like the greatest love story I think I have ever watched on the screen.
I don't want to say it was that movie for me. Dude, I'm gonna lose some man points here, but it has to be The Notebook. The Notebook.
I knew you were gonna say The Notebook. I knew it.
It doesn't make me tear up, but man, I understand why girls like that film.
I mean, I took a look at it at one point, once before, and I mean, I see how it would make some cry. I mean, it didn't really. I don't think it really did it for me, but I don't know. I think what would make people tear up is at the end of the movie where they're basically like dead in the bed and they're holding each other's hand.
It's a film. It's a good date film. If you're staying at home and you're staying at her house and you want to see a movie at either one's place, that's a film to watch. Automatically, you get the head to the shoulder, and there you go.
And you get some play. You get some play after that.
Yes. 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 because they like that movie so much. They get tear-eyed by that. How about I'm sort of a fan of this series, the Silence of the Lambs. Lamb, I mean.
The which one? Which series?
The Silence of the Lambs. The
oh yeah.
It started. It didn't start from that because it started way back in the. I think I want to say '87. It was another film called Red Dragon. I think it was Red Dragon. Yeah, It came from Red Dragon, but it didn't get so much attention until Anthony Hopkins came in.
God, that movie scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, and when I first saw that, I thought, and this is when I was still like 10 years old, and I should have not been watching this film at all. But Anthony Hopkins creeped me out, and I thought that character was real. Mm-hmm. Not to know later on that it was just a book. It was a series.
Anthony Hopkins scares me altogether.
He is an odd man. He is an odd person.
Like, it's not like he's odd or anything. He just has that face. He has like a serial killer's face.
Yeah, he does. He does. Is there any other films before I continue? Because I have like a big list of films here. You can even mention some current ones.
I'm gonna shed some. This is one that I sort of teared up for. It's kind of like it's a drama / action movie. If you ever seen Light It Up with Usher and who else was in it? Rosario Dawson.
Never seen it.
Oh my god, you have to see Light It Up. It's about these, I think it was 7 or 6 kids who just really got tired of the condition their high school was. Like, they didn't have, like, this was in like the really bad days of winter, and they had no heat in the school. Their books were all old and worn out. The ceiling was always leaking. So what they did was they ended up taking one of their security guards hostage, right? And he accidentally shot himself. So what they did was, they took him hostage, and they basically wanted the things to change in high school. They didn't want money or anything. They just wanted a whole lot of things to change in their high school. So, I mean, I already spoiled enough for it, but you really, if anyone happens to come across Light It Up at a video store or on television, sometimes it's a really good movie to watch. Because it's also a great dramatization of the state of how high schools are today. It's not just one school; it's like many schools all over. And that movie just shows how it is.
Yes. Yeah. Haven't seen it. I'll give it a chance. I end up watching so many movies and there's more that I still want to watch that I haven't given a chance to. I'm gonna go, and I know some fans hated this film and I ended up liking it. It was Scott Pilgrim versus the World. You cut off a bit right there. What was it? Let me see something.
Testing.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
Like, who can hate Scott Pilgrim versus the World? That was such an awesome movie. Like, I made that a priority because it came out on my birthday, and I made it a priority to go see that movie. I have not read the comic books, but it looked so visually awesome.
If you really like that movie itself, I would tell you to go read the novel, the comic books.
Oh, indeed.
Definitely I was one of the to that film, but I didn't even know about the comic book until I saw the movie. Once I saw the movie, I loved it. After that, I got into the comic books, and after that, I played the video game. I own the soundtracks from all the movies and the video game itself. And
oh my god, the soundtrack was great.
Yes, and what made the soundtrack better, it was all written by Beck. Beck wrote that whole album together, the soundtrack, I mean. Get this, that film, Edgar Wright, the director, he, after the first book, the writer of the comic book, the creator of the comic book, Brian O'Malley, and I've met Brian O'Malley. He's a nice guy, awesome, and well, he went to Brian O'Malley after the first book, and he was still writing the second one. He just finished it, I believe, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna make the movie." So they started filming the movie right around like when the fourth book had came out. So book 5 and 6 and 7 had not come out yet. So the actor who played Gideon in the film, there was no description of how he looked. There wasn't any pic drawings of how Gideon looked. That came from the actor, that look. So when Brian O'Malley looked at this actor, what he did is he drew that out and put it on the side of the book.
Yeah. I really hope there's a second movie out.
There won't be. I'll tell you that, because Brian O'Malley hasn't wrote any. He hasn't wrote anything for that series. He's come out with other different comic books, but as far as that's done with. All he's come out with was they have another edition called the Evil Edition, and these books are in color because the original was just black and white, and these are all in color. And to make things even better, everything from the comic book, all the locations were put on there. And you saw him in the movie, where he was staying at, where the coffee shop was where the bands play and everything. Even the mansion where they were filming the movie inside the movie. That's a popular mansion that a lot of films have in the background. You've seen that in X-Men 3, and there's several other movies. I don't exactly know, but I know X-Men 3 was one of the films that they had that in the background.
I can't remember the name of the woman who played Mona Flowers, but she looked so good doing it.
Yes.
Mary Elizabeth something.
Winstead. Mary Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Mary Elizabeth. Yeah. All learned. They gave them 3 months to learn to train how to fight, to train how to skate, to train how to use the weapons if they were using any weapons. And then they took another 3 months. They took so long in this movie to train how to sing, how to perform, how to learn how to play music. They gave them so much time to do everything.
That's the thing with Michael Cera, though, because I would expect he knew how to sing because he did a whole lot of singing in the movie Juno.
Yeah, he already knew how to play the bass, so yeah, but taught him a little bit more. And I had the Blu-ray, so that's and I've gone to Comic-Con to get all this Scott Pilgrim collection. I I have a gold coin with that's a Scott Pilgrim gold coin from. It's like from from the movie. It's just a gold coin. On one side it has Scott Pilgrim, and the other side it just says something about Toronto.
I had a lot of interest for Toronto, Canada after that movie.
Same here. Yeah. You're next.
Jeez. Have you seen Django Unchained? I know people talk about that movie a lot. Man.
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna say it right now is the greatest movie I have ever seen. It's the single best piece of work. It's the greatest 2.5 hours I've ever watched ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the fact that you cannot expect anything less from Tarantino. You can't.
Yes, exactly. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I really liked it. Yeah. It was
action, violence, just so good.
Yeah. Let me go back to the 90's and shoot. I had it here. Oh, this is from 1994. Shawshank Redemption.
I have not seen that yet.
You have not. This is the same creator that wrote all those scary movies. Walk by Me. Trying to think of what else. He wrote so many books, and I had no idea that he wrote this novel, Shawshank Redemption. I didn't even know he wrote that.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet. It sounded like it's like when I read about the movie, it just sounded like a really good thing. I just never got around to watching.
Yeah. You're next. Just gonna do a back and forth thing here. Like I said, 90's to current, anything from then to now.
I mean, I know this movie is recent, but I just got to talk about it again. I mean, Fast and Furious 6 was simply incredible. And if you think if people think that Furious now is just another movie with racing cars and all that, then we really have not seen Too Fast, Too Furious on.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like The Rock, I mean, even The Rock's good in the sixth one.
Yes. The only thing...
Michelle Rodriguez still has it. She knows how to kick ass.
She does. The only thing I didn't like was that scene with her and Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel.
When they were all close up and stuff?
They're not perfect for dramatization in a film. They're not perfect for that. They're the action type of actors, and it shows a lot in that film.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it still was a good film. I mean, it wasn't just a racing film. It was a great film.
I mean, from where I remember, you didn't even have a race in the movie.
Right? No, there wasn't. They got away from racing. What I'm noticing now, that it's not racing. They're having this It's like what it reminds me of is similar to, I don't know if you remember this movie, 60 Minutes or Less, I think it was called. Angelina Jolie.
Wait, hold on. I know what you're talking about. It has Angelina Jolie and Mel Gibson. Oh, not Mel Gibson. Nicolas Cage.
Yes, it reminded me of that now, because they're not just racing. They're not even really racing. They're just trying to steal something back, or trying to steal something, and then
they're trying to steal like a certain number of cars to get somebody back.
Yes. I'm gonna go with the animated. This is one of those films that I first saw when I was the older kid, but still, Toy Story.
Everyone loves Toy Story. I mean, me, it's in between.
Yes. It was a funny film. It was a good animated, and Pixar was still young at the time.
Yeah. I didn't like when Barbie became like a major character in that movie though.
I know somebody that loved that. All right.
That was crazy though.
It was, yeah. The last one was sad, just very sad movie.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
With all Andy giving away. I think I remember Andy giving away Woody to somebody.
He did, yeah. He did. Yeah. Your turn.
I think I'll go. I'll stay with the animated movies. I think Despicable Me is a very underrated movie.
Despicable Me, yeah.
It's funny.
You're saying it's underrated? I don't think it's underrated at all. I think it's a very popular film. Whoever says it's underrated or overrated, I don't understand why. It's a popular film. It was funny, and I've heard that the second one was even funny as well.
Yeah, I need to go see the second one.
Same here, yeah. It was a funny movie. I don't think it was underrated.
I like the little kid too. The little.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of her name.
One of the nieces that he had to take care of?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The younger one. The most youngest one.
Yeah. I think they took that character and I don't know why, but I feel like some reason they added it to that one film, Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph looks kind of corny to me.
It was actually really good for what it was. It was really good, and if you're I don't want to say a hardcore gamer, but if you like games from like when they first came out or even later, you saw a lot of references to that. Like,
I mean, I saw they had a lot of Street Fighter characters on. I saw Bowser was on.
Yeah, but after that they had like there's a scene where Ralph is going through the maze of Pac-Man, and then he just grabs a cherry, and he's trying to go back to his game, and he has to hide the cherry that he has in his pocket, and it's an enormous sized one. Yeah, and then there's more. There's some old classic games that they reference there where he goes in there and he has to go to this bar, and you see it's an old game where this bartender starts. You're the bartender and you have to start giving the drinks out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I
really like the Mortal Kombat movies.
The Mortal Kombat. I didn't like the second one. I liked the first one.
See, and I understand why people didn't like the second one. I did find it a bit cheesy because when it came down to me, like I saw the second. Well, like the first one, it's not really on TV as much. But I watched the second one on demand a lot, and I kind of find it. I liked it, but it's a bit cheesy.
What are the characters that they added to that one? I know they added Jax, didn't they?
Yeah, they added Jax.
They added Jax. I'm trying to remember who else that weren't on the first one.
They had Jade.
Yeah.
Who else? Sonya Blade's mom. I'm trying to think of her name. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
And then you had the main villain. I can't think of his name either.
But the theme song to the first film was like, it just made things better for that film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go with another. Well, it was animated. Tim Burton, 1993, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that is a classic.
And Danny Elfman, the scorer for that film, did a great job writing the music for that.
I agree.
Did.
Tim Burton. I mean, I like Tim Burton as a director.
It looks like he's given up a lot because now, like, he came out with that last film, Frankenweenie, and that wasn't good at all.
I don't think he's losing his. I don't think Tim Burton is losing his touch, so to say. But
I shouldn't say, but I think he's giving up with Disney. I think he's getting sick and tired of Disney, possibly.
Oh, you shouldn't. I mean, he should really. He really shouldn't be. He should really stop making movies for Disney.
Yes.
Because I feel like when Tim Burton's making movies for Disney, he's toning himself down a lot.
Yes, he is. Well, he has done some good jobs for them. I mean, like, he did Alice in Wonderland.
See, Alice in Wonderland, I really didn't like it the first time, but after watching it, sometimes I really enjoyed it. The girl who played Alice, I think, is cute.
Yes.
I think she's really cute.
No, I agree with you. Yeah. Who I like is the actress that plays, because I've seen her so many places play different characters, and she's even been in all the Harry Potter series. Some of the films, I mean. And she came out in that film as the Queen of Hearts.
Yeah. The posh chick. I can't figure her name out.
The posh chick. Yeah. That's a term I haven't used on here. No, she is. I know. That's a term I haven't used here. Yeah.
Have you ever seen her on like late night talk shows and to see the way she dresses?
Yes, I know she's a posh chick. No, because that's one term I haven't used yet on here. I've used Geordie already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I ended up using Geordie yesterday. I guess you're next.
Jeez. I mean, I wish people would stop talking a whole lot of shit about Twilight. Really.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, I know people have seen a whole lot of movies where you had the werewolf versus the vampire, but the book series is good, and the movies it just takes the whole. It just takes the whole story and then it puts a turn to it. I mean, you don't have to like it, but you gotta say it's out of the box.
I just like them all around. And it's funny because I ended up talking to one of the actresses that wasn't a big actress on that film, but she was hilarious. She was funny, and she enjoyed being in the film. She was only in one of I think like two of the films, and She said she didn't do much in it, but it was just a quick 5 minutes, 10 minutes that we talked that I remember. I don't like the films. I don't like the books from that series. I have so many complaints about it because not even as a True Blood fan, but as like a person that knows a lot about vampire, unwritten, that the unwritten book of vampires, the rules don't even go to that film at all. Not even the book. You're gonna tell me that a vampire, after so many movies, so many books, that with the wooden stake won't even die, and a vampire does not sparkle in the sun. They get weak, and eventually.
That's the main problem people had with this movie.
That and Red Eyes. You know, I'm a True Blood fan. I have the books, and Charlene Harris, who writes those books, does a great job because she does research. She did research for the books, and one thing she did is she took off Red Eyes. No Red Eyes. All she said is that they're dark and they're luminous. They look like dead eyes. They're not red at all. And other thing she put on there is that they're not bright they're not even bright. They're not pale. I mean, I shouldn't say they're not bright. They're not pale. They're just bright skinned. Like, you can see it from far where it's like, oh, they're vampires. But you have a vampire that's black or tan, and they'll still have that tanness to themselves or darkness texture to their skin, but at the same time you see some paleness in their skin. That's how she puts it. And then she added like silver, like bullets can like injure them and make them weak. She follows a lot of the unwritten rules of vampire.
I'm just saying, we shouldn't nitpick on a movie like Twilight.
Look, I have that's the only. I just don't like Stephanie. I'm trying to remember her name. Meyer, I think it's Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie Meyer.
I just don't like her. I've seen an interview with her where she. If you're writing a book and you're going to tell me you don't even want to watch the films that you wrote, and you've never seen a bit of other films that have to do with vampires, like, or even watch Vampire Diaries or True Blood, something's weird there. Because I'll tell you this right now, she copied True Blood. Nearly the whole thing is copyrighted, and all she did was change it to teens and added some different things to it, and that was it.
That's brutal.
Yes. The only difference is that in one, which is True Blood, has more sex and nudity in it, and the other one has a depressed girl and has teenagers in it.
I mean, I enjoy. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I thought all of the movies were good. The last one was a bit of a tearjerker for me. But
you like it? It's your choice, not mine. I just don't like it. I already pointed why I didn't like it.
I mean, I find Kristen Stewart to be sexy, but I'm probably the only one who thinks that.
I really think she's a whore.
Oh my god!
After what she did to that with that director and everything, cheating behind her boyfriend, I definitely think she's a slut, and she gets around.
Oh god! The first person to ever say that.
And I liked her in Adventureland. I liked her in that film.
Oh,
that was one film.
Her latest flick.
Yeah.
Where she's like completely naked and having like sex, and it's not like PG-13 sex like in Twilight. This is like an R-rated movie where she's like literally naked and literally having sex.
Yeah.
With two dudes, by the way.
Wow. No, that's a true life.
Oh, I need to see that movie.
Yeah, and you met since that's a Stephanie Meyer project. She's coming out with a new movie that I don't know. I'm gonna give it a chance, but because I gave and I actually did read the films that I was talking about earlier, like The Catch Fire. I read that. I read that series. And not just because of Jennifer Lawrence, and I thought she was hot in the film and everything, but I gave that a chance. So I gave this new Stephanie Meyer film project series a chance. See what it is. I don't know. Have you ever seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Oh no, I've heard about it though. I've not seen it yet.
Yeah, that's one of those movies you definitely gotta see. I'm trying to look for more films here. Like, I got like a big list of 90's movies.
Like a movie that I really liked was Warm Bodies.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet, and I'm a big fan of that actor from. I think his name is something McCoy. I want to say McAvoy, I think his name is. But he came from a UK TV show, Skins. He came from that, and like I said, he was in the latest X-Men movie, and he's going to be in a new one.
Yeah.
I still have to see that, so. Warm Bodies? Yeah. How was that?
It was a really good movie. I was putting it off for like a while to see it, but then I finally watched it, and it was a very, very good movie. The only complaint I have was like at the end where, because the dude throughout the whole movie he's a zombie.
Yes.
So at the end of the movie, when he like gets the girl and everything, all of a sudden he's like human and he can finally say words clearly. He's not as dead looking in the eyes, and doesn't have scars, and is not pale. How did this happen?
Yeah.
I mean, but it was a good movie, and I like the male lead character.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Well, not the male, the female. I meant to say.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know much of her. Once I watch it, I really do want to watch it. This movie that I'm about to mention has Tobey Maguire and Jeff Daniels, and I love Jeff Daniels. Great actor. Even in the Newsroom. Pleasantville.
Oh, that movie is so cheesy, but it's acceptable.
It's acceptable,
as cheesy as it is.
Yes. It's not one of those films that you're gonna hate, but at the same time you're like, yeah, I can see why it's somewhat passable. Yeah.
Oh my god.
and that's Jeff Daniels after years of not appearing on anything. That's Jeff Daniels there, and now look where he's at. I think that Full House curse is broken now.
Yeah. See, with Tobey Maguire, I don't want to sound like bad saying this, but Tobey Maguire just looks so white. That movie was kind of perfect.
Yeah, it was. The other, because I didn't really like him in Spider-Man that much.
Oh, come on.
He fit the role because he was kind of like this geeky guy, looking guy, and he fit the role. But I'm starting to like this new guy that they have now. Something George, I think. George something. I don't remember his name. The new Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Yeah.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man so much as I did the original Spider-Man movies.
Yes. You know who they're gonna have in the new one.
Well, they're gonna have a new one, but I thought that the Amazing Spider-Man was more geared for like the teenagers.
Yes, it somewhat was. Kids and teenagers, I want to say.
Yeah.
But no, I just like Emma Stone.
Oh yes, she is beautiful.
It could be mentioned before. I mean, her films. She hasn't had bad films at all. I mean,
yeah.
Even I'll give it a pass. What's that film she came on? Easy A, I think it was called.
Oh, of course. That was a great movie.
Yeah, that was that last film that Amanda Bynes came out in before she went nuts.
Oh God, that poor soul.
Yes. Yeah, she's done a lot of good films. I mean, that film, starting from, I can't even remember the name of it, with Michael Cera and Seth Rogen. No, Seth.
I was thinking Zombieland at first, but
Zombieland. Oh, she was like freaking hot in that film, man. The dark hair and the man. Well, one thing I will say, because I've seen interviews with her where they always ask her what's her original hair color. And I don't know if she's like she wants to be a blonde or something, but she says that she's a blonde. And I can see. I don't think she's a blonde. I think she wants to be a blonde, but she's not naturally a blonde.
I see her more as a redhead.
Yes, you could even see it in her skin too, like on her eyebrows and her skin. It's noticeable. It's like, no, you're not a blonde. You want to be a blonde.
Oh, sweet! 30 Minutes or Less is on.
Oh, nice. Just mentioned that earlier. That's funny, huh?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Boogie Nights?
Boogie Nights? I don't think so, and I probably have, but I just can't remember why.
Yeah, no. I haven't seen that. I've heard good things about it. I just had to ask.
Can I just complain about a movie for real quick? The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, thank you. Well, let's go on that series, because let's start with the first one.
I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of the series. The movies. I mean, I've seen The Dark Knight Rises. What was the one before that one?
Dark Knight.
Joker.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah. I thought the Joker. I mean, Heath Ledger played Joker so perfect.
He did. Yeah.
Wait, he did. But I might have said at first that I didn't like The Dark Knight, but over the years, I gotta just own up to it. It was a decent, but it was just a bit too long for me. Now you get into The Dark Knight Rises, and it's 2 hours and 40-something minutes of a whole lot of talking, and you don't get a whole lot of fighting until maybe an hour and a half left in the movie.
My issue with the film,
not even an hour and a half. More like 45 minutes left in the movie. That's when you start to get into some action.
My issue with the film, because Dark Knight, just Dark Knight itself, love that film. I own it on Blu-ray and DVD. And I think it was Batman. I'm trying to remember the first one they came out with for that series. Batman Begins. I think no, Batman Begins was that awful film. I don't remember the first one that they came out with for this series. But Rises, didn't like it. I hated it. And I watched it 3 times just to try to give it a chance. Didn't like it. I couldn't sit in the whole movie theater and understand Bane. And I grew up watching
the thing is, I kind of like Bane.
I'm one of the people that hated Bane because not just his look, because I know his look is different now, but it just, I couldn't understand. I needed subtitles for him. They should have put subtitles during the theater, the cinema version, the movie.
I mean, he has a thick British accent. I can understand him.
He's not even British.
Well, I mean, they gave him a very deep British accent.
I think he's, if I'm correct, he's supposed to be like Brazilian or something like that, or Russian, something near that. But man, I felt like they just had his throughout the whole movie. He had a nose with his fingers, like he was just pinching them and holding his nose the whole movie, and just talking. Oh yeah, and then covering his mouth at the same time. Oh, you're right. And I couldn't understand what the hell he was saying throughout the whole movie as I was sitting there. And the other issue I had with the film was, like you're saying, not a lot of action, and what the fuck was Bane waiting for after 6 months of the movie, 7 months of the movie in the storyline, where he had Batman in that hole injured, and he could have just took a chance and killed him.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense. I mean, I didn't like that. I just didn't like that. It didn't make any sense. It's like one of those storylines that I like. Why in the hell is he 7 months, 6 months, possibly longer, healing up, and then Bane's just has these bombs that can destroy a whole city, and he doesn't do anything.
That was my problem with it.
What the hell, Bane? He's just like waiting every day. He's waiting for Batman to finally come up. And
I found this movie, for a superhero movie, I found this to be a bit over the top.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Have you ever seen Face Off?
Oh, Face Off is a great film.
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage is weird to start off with. I feel bad for the guy because he's a comic book fan, and he spent a lot of his money, and now he has to own the government a lot of that money back, because the guy spent more than what he had, and that's why now he's doing terrible movies sometimes.
At all. Well, some. You know what? I mean, with the exception of the latest both Ghost Rider movies for that fact. I mean, I like Nicolas Cage. I really do.
He took that role only because he was a big comic book fan.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else they had to take that role, but he was one of the guys that he wanted to do it really bad. And look, they gave him the chance.
I find superhero movies to be too damn long now.
They can be good or bad, depending on, like I said, Avengers was perfect. And that's a movie that was great. Good cast, and it wasn't too long. We got to the action real quick. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you like me, getting tired of people trying to predict the end of the world?
Oh, I was tired of that from a long time ago, before 2012.
No, because now this shit show that's on of all the channels, the Weather Channel. It's called Forecasting the End, and it's basically talking about astronomers believe an asteroid may collide with Earth in 2036. I'm like, wait a second. Why is this? First of all, why is this on the Weather Channel? I know I'm going off topic. Why is this on the Weather Channel? And why do you feel the need to talk about this again?
They want to.
So, anything to make money and scare people after death, but whatever. By the way, 2012 was a horrible movie.
Yeah.
It was a horrible movie.
Yes, it was. I'm gonna go to you now. Any movies?
I'm trying to throw one out there. I wish people would stop. People underrate. I'm gonna go back to superhero movies. People underrate Batman and Robin. I feel like they underrate it a lot. Like, it may seem cheesy to a regular moviegoer, but I thought it was good. Like, I love Uma Thurman. I do.
That was George Clooney as Batman?
Yeah.
He's even said in interviews that he's sorry for killing for ruining Batman.
I don't think he ruined it. I mean,
he said that. He said that himself. If the guy's saying it himself, it just says a lot there.
I don't know. I don't think he ruined it. I mean, it wasn't perfect. I mean, he didn't.
Because
he didn't come up with like a fake voice or anything, but
Val Kilmer didn't do much for that too. And
No,
and that makes me laugh because I recently saw a TV show on HBO, I think, where this one, these group of guys, and I think it's a agent, I want to say, goes around. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I just know it looked like a reality TV show, but then it turned out to be just a comedy. And then you see that one guy from Ricky Gervais and the guy with the glasses. I don't remember his name. Ricky Gervais is a friend.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They're sitting down together with this one agent that I'm talking about, and he tells them, "Look, can you guess who this is?" And it's a guy underneath the Batman mask and the whole costume itself. And they're like, "Is it George Clooney?" He's like, "No, it's not. Christian Bale." And then he takes off his mask, and it's a fat, chunky Val Kilmer under there. And they're like, "What do you want us to do with him? We don't want to do anything with him." It was funny. I don't know. It's this midget that comes out in the show. I forgot his name. He's the main character and the actor in the film. I mean, the TV show. Yeah. No, George Clooney is one of those weird actors to me where I put him under, like, Ryan Reynolds. Like, speak fast and often, like, have a low-toned voice, like, where you can't even hear or understand the thing they're saying throughout the whole film.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I gotta mention this film, Big Lebowski.
Oh gosh.
Never seen that.
No.
Oh, that is one film you definitely have to see. Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, and Julianne Moore and Steve Buscemi. Who I'll say, man, Steve Buscemi has gone far from just being.
Did you say Jeff Goodman's in this movie?
No, Jeff Bridges.
Oh.
John Goodman. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sold. I want to see it.
Yeah. The main character, whose name is the Dude Lebowski, is mistaken for millionaire Lebowski, and he seeks a way for his ruined rug and enlist his bowling buddies to help get it. Restitution for his ruined rug. Yeah. So yeah, it's a really good film. I mean, that's one of those films you gotta watch. I already mentioned Lion King.
Can I just say I don't like Will Smith movies anymore.
I'm on the same page as you. I don't. No, I mean,
there's certain exceptions, but as a whole,
I take that back. I don't hate Will Smith movies. I hate that he's trying to force feed down our throats his son.
Oh, his son can't act worth a shit.
He has only two expressions: happy and some sad face that he always makes.
I mean, him and Karate Kid was a good little experiment. But when you put, if you ever seen After Earth, oh my god.
I've heard it's bad. I don't even need to watch it.
Oh, it's really bad. Like, it's, oh god. Oh god.
Yeah.
If you hate Twilight so much, you're really gonna hate After Earth.
I wouldn't even touch that film to even start.
Oh my god.
I've learned after watching that. And let me put a little trivia here. That movie Karate Kid, the newest one, wasn't even supposed to be Karate Kid. It was supposed to be Kung Fu Kid.
Oh please.
Yeah, because he's not doing karate really, and that's what he's doing, Kung Fu. He's learning Kung Fu. So it's not even supposed to be a remake of the original.
Nobody can touch Mr. Miyagi.
Oh yeah, and that was one film that I didn't like. I hated and liked Jackie Chan in this film because he showed a different side of himself, a very dramatic side, but at the same time I didn't like him in this role. I don't know, it was weird to me.
This was a miss for him. To me, this was a miss.
Oh, you want to talk about misses with Jackie Chan? The Suit, I think it was called, with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah,
that was
that movie.
That was bad. Wow. And I used to love his movie. I think it was the Serpent. I think it was called, or I don't remember the name of the film, but that one, and I think it's something in Brooklyn. Don't remember.
Oh my god, Scarlett Johansson is so sexy.
Oh, she is. Have you ever seen Fight Club?
Oh, of course I've seen Fight Club.
Yeah, Fight Club.
You haven't lived until you see Fight Club.
Before I continue on this film, I want to say, I think it was Brad Pitt. Was it Brad Pitt? Let me see. I'm trying to think if Brad Pitt was in. I want to say he was in one of his first ever films, which was Dazed and Confused. I want to say that was him. Have you ever seen that film?
It's a while since I've seen that movie.
Let me see. I think it was him. Man, yeah, that movie was awesome. Yeah, I agree with you. You haven't lived till you've seen that movie.
Fight Club is just, God, that movie's such a classic. Just a gritty, it's just straight up fighting. Like no bullshit. It's just a straight up fight. And I think that's just what we're missing with movies nowadays.
Yeah.
When I first said that, and then I seen the Raid Redemption.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's what really certified fighting, just fighting. Because the Raid Redemption is just this. If you have not seen it yet, I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet, and it only had like a short time in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
But the fighting, it's just so brutal. It's just straight up fist to face. That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna mention some films that were big at the same time. Just talk about it more. Go ahead. Sixth Sense was a big film at the time. Another one that was big that I love this one part of the sequel of the series I love the most, which was Terminator 2, Judgment Day. And
yeah, that was a pretty good one.
And I think so far. Oh, The Matrix. We can't forget The Matrix.
Oh, you can't forget The Matrix.
Yes.
Especially The Matrix Revolutions, and people talk a whole lot of shit about that movie. I'm one to say that was the best out of the three of them.
Yes. Yeah, it was. Edward Scissorhands. I forgot about that. That was a 90's film too.
Classic, indeed.
Yeah, that was a classic. And there any other current ones you want to talk about more?
I gotta think of some that I've seen recently. Hold on, I gotta check one.
Okay, let me mention one that I like, because I'm going to put this in my top 5 at the end. It's The Departed.
Oh, that was a really, really good movie.
Yes. And I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings, so I'm gonna have to have that like later on one of my lists. One of the films is gonna be on there.
I seen Spring Breakers recently. Now that I think about it.
Oh, you did? You finally saw that? I gotta check that
out. No. I know it's just a movie of, Disney stars and all that, but I thought it was alright. It was passable.
Yeah. Trying to think of more. Oh, dude, I'm a big James Bond fan.
See, I don't think I can relate with James Bond as much. I don't know why.
The new James Bond, well, the newest one, he's not new anymore. Who's played by Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig, he fits the novel's description of what James Bond is. He fits it very well. He's one of the top 3 James Bond out of all of them. He's in that top list of James Bonds. And Skyfall, that was my favorite one of the series. And I like that they added with these 3 films that they did with him. The first 2 were connected, so it was something you didn't really get with James Bond at all. Usually, it was just okay. He does something. Just the film just continues, and that's it. You don't know what happened to the girl from the last film, and you don't know what happened to the bad guy from the last film. But in this one, the first one, the girl dies, and he's trying to go for vengeance in the second film, and he's just killing. It's something you don't see in James Bond that much, because he won't just kill anybody, but man, anybody that got in his way, he would just kill and just shoot him plain dead.
I know this is like a. I don't know why I'm really asking, but did they? I mean, I haven't seen any of the more recent James Bond movies. But did they have the intro where they had James Bond just walking out and he shot? Did they continue on with that?
Where he was shot?
No, where James Bond will just walk out.
Oh yeah, they did. They did, yeah. That's in the intro, yeah. Yeah, as the theme song was going out of the film, at the end they did that, and then you saw the word Skyfall come up. But they did a great job with that on the intro as well for the last Skyfall movie, because it fit into not just the theme itself, but the whole film. Everything that went on in the film, they put it in the background right there to that intro. And Skyfall, the theme song, even better. It fit really well to the film.
I know this is sort of a heated debate with James Bond fanatics, but who do you think played the best as James?
Why can't I ever remember his name right now?
Pierce Brosnan?
No, I don't think he was one of the my least favorite ones.
Sean Connery.
I want to say between Sean Connery. Like I said, in my top 3 list, I'm not good because I would have to go watch them back again and see, like, order them. It's between Sean Connery, Roger Moore, and Daniel Craig. It's between them. Which I gotta say, that movie he came out in, Daniel Craig, Aliens vs. Cowboys, I thought that movie was going to turn out to be good.
I hated it.
It was bad. And get this, I was even planning on going to see the premiere here in San Diego, the world premiere for that film. And I'm glad I didn't.
To me, it seemed like one of those movies someone just sat on their ass one night and just had this idea.
Yeah.
It's not really bright, but they were just bored and coming up with it.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I have beef with Daniel Craig because the guy tried to remake The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and I completely hated the movie. They found so much from the original.
Yeah.
The Swedish version.
It was French, wasn't it? I may be wrong. I know it was an international film. Yeah, that's all I know.
I mean, I don't know the lady who played in the American one, but you can't replace how good Naomi Rampus was. Who I find very, very attractive, by the way.
Yes.
If you've seen Dead Man Down, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to think of more films because there's so many out there. I hope I don't see I hope I don't see Rihanna in another film. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, you should not see Rihanna. Well, you know what? I can't really say that just yet because I have not seen this yet.
Have you seen her in Battleship?
Battleship, yeah, it was not that. It was gross.
And that movie, I don't understand. They said it was supposed to be based on.
I don't know what it had any. How about that had anything to do with Battleship?
It was supposed to be based on the board game, and no, it was some action sci-fi movie.
That's the thing. I don't think you can make a movie out of Battleship.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. They can't. That'd be weird.
And I'm just talking. I'm talking as if it was not made yet. Like, you can't really make a movie out of Battleship because I don't think the game has any backstory to it.
It doesn't really. No. But I did see clips and I did watch the movie, but when they're when the rockets are being shot, the missiles, they turn into these pins when they drop. Similar to the ones that are on the game. They turn into these little pins, and they drop on the ships.
Now they try to tie in with the game as much as they could.
That was all I saw that was part of it from the game. I really don't have much. I don't know if you want to go. Let me see how much time we got before we got 94 minutes. I'm trying to see how much time I got. Yeah, we're gonna have to end it. We can have another one of these film ones because man, there's so many movies out there.
Yeah, whenever Jazz is not busy making milkshakes and shit.
Oh gosh, I don't want to. I guess I'll say it here. On Wednesday already had the milkshake theme song ready for her. Yes, and I was waiting for like a day to get her on, and oh no, I there's some issues that I'm having with. So I told her, okay, yeah, go. Doesn't matter, it's fine. But I had Madam Max on, so yeah. Where is it? I'm trying to actually look for it now. Go ahead and we're gonna do a top 5, like 90s to current. It can be anything, like a top 5. You can start off by like going 5th one, and then I'll go with my 5th one, and you go 4. Back and forth.
See, this is hard. You gotta narrow down your phones. Number 5. I'm gonna go a comedy movie for number 5. I'm gonna go.
Whoa, you kind of. You sound a little bit robotic there for a minute.
I said, for number 5, I'm gonna go. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Well, okay, yeah. You want to give any reason to that?
I'm gonna. This movie, see, for me, like, I love White Castle. Like, I worship White Castle. And when they put when I first saw this movie, it's like when you make movies like based out of like some sort of like major food like a major fast food spot, you don't really expect much out of it. But it just took. I know I'm stuttering a lot. It may seem like just a regular old stoner movie to people, but it's just such a funny movie. It'll really put a smile on your face if you're just having a bad day and you just happen to catch this movie.
Yeah.
Cal Penn was phenomenal in this movie. John Cho was nothing less. Neil Patrick Harris's cameos were just so good, and that's why they kept bringing him back, like for the other movies.
Yeah,
he's just that good, and I respect the hell out of Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, yes, I do too. I think that film pretty much helped him get back to stardom.
Yeah, because people nowadays are just talking a whole lot of shit about him being gay or whatever. It's like, so what if he's gay? Like, he's funny as hell.
There's 2 people I had no idea were gay. It was Sir Ian McKellen and I think his name is John. Jay or John from. He's from Big Bang Theory. Right now I can't think of his name because I haven't watched that show since its finale. He's a tall guy from Big Bang Theory. I had no idea he was gay too until I read an article. And even then, it was hidden that in the article that he was even gay. Like you had to read like really deep into that article, and then you finally read it. You're like, oh wow, he's been gay all this time. Oh, cool, whatever. Yeah. My 5, I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna add Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I know a lot of people hate it.
Yeah.
I already gave my reason. Big fan. There's not much to say. Your 4?
Number 4 for me. I'm gonna go with a martial arts film, and I'm gonna say Iron Monkey.
Ooh, I remember that. Yeah.
Iron Monkey is by far one of the greatest martial arts films I've ever seen. Donnie Yen is just. If you have not seen any Donnie Yen films, I suggest this one be the first one you see. And the little kid that was in it, I don't know his name at all, but the kid can fight with a damn umbrella. He can fight.
Yes.
The story is good. I mean, characters are great. This is just not your This not your everyday martial arts. This is a really good. It's a really good one. Iron Monkey.
Yeah, and I can get more into martial arts films and kung fu films because I'm another person that enjoys those type of films really bad, really much. I mean, so for I'm going to go with the Godfather.
Oh yeah.
No. Sorry, that's an older movie. Dude, I forgot the Godfather was from before then. Oh wow, now I'm gonna have to. This is what makes it hard doing this off the bat. Ooh wow. I guess I can go with the newer movie. Shoot. Dude, wow. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with the Avengers. I grew up as a Marvel comic books fan. Didn't like DC that much, and that movie was just amazing all around. A lot of action. A mixed cast of where it was a good cast, but then you had some actors in there that were like, oh, I didn't even know this actor existed. So it was a good film. I loved it.
Number 3 for me. Oh man. You know what? Number 3. You know, I'm gonna put Scott Pilgrim vs. the World at number 3. I just thought. I have not read the comic books yet, and I damn well intend on doing it. But for me, I love Michael Cera. I think he's one of the funniest actors today. The movie was just visually stunning. The whole video game feel to it. The fighting was great. What was his roommate? The gay roommate name?
Will Wallace.
Wallace, yeah, I love Wallace. I thought Wallace was so fucking funny.
And get this, his close friend that was in the band too, the lead singer guitarist. In the book, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but he reveals something. Because I'm telling you, the books, you'll get more out of the background characters. You'll learn more of their background.
Yeah.
You'll learn more about Ramona in the book, and even the villains, the exes. I mean, you'll learn more about them too.
Yeah, and I loved all 7 of the exes.
Yeah. And I'll
the girl.
Go ahead.
The girl who worked at the coffee shop. I think her name is Anna Kendrick, something like that.
Yes, I like Anna Kendrick. At first, I hated her.
I love her.
At first, I hated her from a lot of interviews I've seen her in. But then I heard her in another interview, and she was just, she likes to be a little, she likes to take over things, take the lead.
Yeah.
I've noticed she's like that, and I do like her a lot now. I'm trying to think of her name now. Emma, you might know the actress from Parenthood. I don't know if you ever watched that TV show.
Parenthood.
No. Dude, why can't I think of her name? That played the blonde ninja.
Blonde ninja.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it.
Yeah. That whole cast had a great cast of hot chicks in it.
Didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. From her to
I thought the whole cast was great.
Yes, it was. Yes. It definitely was. Because I gotta look those names up, and I've seen a list of all the girls, and I'll probably post that up on Randy M page just for the hell of it, so you can see what I'm talking about. And one of those chicks is on the newsroom.
Allison Pill.
Allison Pill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's gonna come a film that just gonna be out of that. I didn't mention this. It was a comedy, and it's based on a novel. It's called The Goon. It's a hockey movie where the main character joins a hockey team, and what a goon is somebody that often fights in hockey, and that's what he was known for in the movie. But and it has Allison Pill in it, where she's this kind of like she mentions it in the film that she's a slut and she likes to get around even though she has a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a funny film, and it's good. It's not all comedy. Has a lot of fights in it, and I want to say it has James Franco in it. No, it doesn't have James Franco in it. Sorry. Yeah, but that's my third one. I had just remembered that film right now. Year 2.
Number 2. I'm gonna go with The Expendables. The Expendables. You talk about the greatest cast of action stars ever assembled for one movie. This is such a great movie.
Yes.
From Jet Li, I seen the movie War with Jet Li and Jason Statham. I thought it wasn't all. It could have been better, but when you see them in The Expendables, speaking roles in the movie, he did a lot of shooting, but I thought that was just good for him. Stallone was great in this movie, and then you even get to the second one. The past one.
Oops. Yeah.
Second.
Okay, I think it's on my end, but you're a little robotic right now. The last thing I heard is something it's.
Damn. I was talking about Sylvester Stallone. I said Stallone was good. And then when you get into the second one, and then now you bring in Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, hell, Chuck Norris.
I was at when I went to the movie theater, a whole uh, the whole room, the whole theater itself was like cheering out loud when he came out, and then they took him away, and then they brought him back, and everybody was cheering again. Because it looked like they only wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris. And did you see him recently?
Jean-Claude Van Damme was in it.
Yes, he was too, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll go with my number 2. Number 2, I'm going to go with The Departed.
Yeah.
Just a great cast, great storyline, and I mean, great action in that. And that movie was even nominated for, like, I think it won an Oscar.
Yeah, it did.
But I do feel a little bit bad for Leonardo DiCaprio because he hasn't won any Oscar after so many nominations. But someday he will. Someday he will. If Brad Pitt did, someday he will. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're number 1?
You know, for number 1, I know there's a lot of things I can throw out for number 1, but I'm gonna go with something very recent that I've seen, and I hope a lot of people have seen this movie, Pain and Gain. With it had The Rock, it had Mark Wahlberg. I love Mark Wahlberg. I think he's one that he's a really good actor. I love Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
It's basically a movie about the Sun Gym gang from like the 90's or something like that.
Yes, early 90's. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Go ahead.
Okay, good.
No, I was gonna say, as I know you honestly don't like The Rock. I know you don't like Dwayne The Rock Johnson at all. You don't really watch his films at all, and with his films, I don't want to say I hate them, but I'll give them a chance. And when I wasn't even supposed to see this movie, this was an accident that I saw that somebody had this, and I started watching it, enjoyed it, and I gotta say, yeah, I'm with you. This was a good film, and I thought it was just a comedy.
The was funny as hell in this movie.
Yes, I thought it was a comedy action film, and not till the end when I figure out, hey, this is based on a true fucking story. Wow. And I went home. When I got home, I rushed to the laptop computer, and I did my research, and yeah, it was a true story. They even showed the pictures back to back of their characters. And
I know I should have mentioned. I'm gonna just throw one more movie out there, and I know a lot of people probably have not seen this. This movie's called Revenge for Jolly. I saw this movie on very weird circumstances that day, but from what I saw, it's basically this dude who's trying to get the person who killed his dog.
Yes.
I thought it was a dumb concept, but now that I think about it, I thought it was pretty original. It's something you would enjoy. It's called Revenge for Jolly. Yeah, that's it.
Well, my number 1, I have to push one aside, and it was real difficult because it was between Skyfall and this one film that I'm going to have to give number 1. My number 1 is Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. The second part of the series. Read the books. When I heard about this, I lined up, waited, and went to go check it out. And I even went to check it out, and I think it was one Thanksgiving, and we had to get pushed from 8 o'clock to, I think it was 11:30. And when we got out of there was no one in the movie theater at all. It was just us that were getting out of the.
You stayed till 11:30 to go see that. That's commitment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's one of those films that I've committed to. And I saw the Hobbit, and I mean I like the Hobbit, but it doesn't match. It doesn't have that same feeling as the three original Lord of the Rings films.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Peter Jackson is just a great director himself. Oh, so I mean that's my number one, and yeah, that was your top 5 right there, and I guess we're done. We've done over 90 minutes. We've done and Rage is part of the Rant EM group, and catch his show. Anything new on that?
I mean, I did my monthly stuff. I mean, every month I'm putting out an article, the anime novel of the month, where I'm shedding some more light on some good graphic novels. I'm gonna give you the title exclusively on this show that you'll expect. It's called. Hey man, hold on. I forgot the damn book. Hold on. I didn't get it.
Oh,
But yeah, and then I put out a new episode of Old Head vs. Young Buck. This episode was it had Jasmine, Double A, and Surfer. We were just talking a whole lot about problems with the TV industry. It was a really good episode that day.
yeah.
And here's a book. It's called The Pushman and Other Stories. It's by Yasuhiro Tatsumi.
Yeah.
So look out for that. And in October is my Bound for Glory coverage on radio.
That's
A live pre-show and post-show for 20th. Basically, it's gonna be it'll have me, Jasmine, Double A, and William Morgan. And yeah, that's how I will cap off my year for Rant EM Radio.
And be sure to join the. I'm giving a plug in here for Double A, and Rage. Give a plug. Join the Rant EM group page. It's been open now by Double A, so be willing to join that group page on Facebook.
Oh, by the way, it's Double A's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday to him! Yeah.
Happy birthday, boss.
Yes, yeah. He might be ending up being my boss soon. I can't say much, but there's a possibility that he'll be my boss soon. I might be joining the Rant EM group. So, look forward to that. There's a possibility of that.
Oh, by the way, exclusive. I'm gonna announce this this idea that we're having exclusively to this show. Coming soon. Well, hopefully by Mania week, it'll be the Rant EM draft.
Well,
Where we will have a mock wrestling draft. It'll span I think 2 days.
like a fantasy league.
Basically,
Like a fantasy
yeah.
league?
Well, not really a fantasy league. It's up in the air right now.
Oh,
But
okay.
right now, it's probably right now as it is, it's just this one-off thing where if we could have like our own dream roster of superstars,
Yes.
it's a 3-day. It's gonna be as it stands now, it's gonna be a 3-day event, and you can hopefully catch it on Mania week for WrestleMania 30.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, that's that announcement exclusively on this show.
Yes, and like I said, next week, due to Comic-Con, I will not be here. I'll give an update of what I see, catch, who I meet up, next, in 2 weeks, so expect a double feature with me and, Wario Rampedos, in a couple weeks, in 2 weeks of, NXT.
Sweet.
So that is the possibility, that possible show that might be heading to Ranty M, an NXT podcast with me and Wario.
And join us this Sunday
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, for Money in the Bank. I mean, yeah, come chat with us on the Rant EM website. We're gonna be talking all night about this. We're gonna expect a show.
Hope Jasmine comes back soon. I know Rach doesn't. That's what I was gonna say. I knew you weren't going to say that. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, NXN, NXN3. Any questions? Either leave them on the Triple Lucha Facebook page group or the Ran EM group page. I don't mind you leaving there something. On there, try to leave anything on NXT. I would definitely check that out. And anything on TNA, send it to Rage's direction, because he's a TNA guy.
I'm losing faith in my team.
Yeah, we won't mention that on here because that's another. But for me, Nixon, for Rage, I was waiting for you to say something. Okay.
I don't know.
And Jasmine, that's not here. We'll leave off with the theme song of hers.
My milkshake. My milkshake. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. My milkshake.